What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the J2C channel. I'm happy to see you guys back. For those that are new, please subscribe and like these videos so I can keep you up to date on the latest information on some of these top earning crypto coins. I'm going to be talking about Student Coin, Stellar. I'm going to be talking about Shiba Inu, Bitcoin, Ethereum, some of the do's and some of the don'ts. So welcome back to my channel again. Remember, I'm not giving you any financial advice. The only things I give you is the facts. I will not tell you to buy, sell, or hold. I give you the details so that you can do your own research and be informed when you make your own decisions. All right, let's get started. Stellar, one of my favorite cryptocurrencies, one of the most undervalued cryptocurrencies out there. I did a video about the other day about Stellar possibly going to $10, and I've seen a lot of questions in the community, not just on YouTube, but also on Reddit, on everywhere on the internet, because people see a lot of information about Stellar, and a lot of people don't understand. They tried to compare the price of Stellar to Bitcoin, and you just can't do that because of what Stellar is. The volume, the amount of max circulating supply, as you can see here, it's 50 billion tokens. Whereas Bitcoin is in the lower millions. So you can't really compare the two. It's about functionality. So what is Stellar for? Stellar is for cross-border payments from person to person. It means I can send money to Mexico, Canada, Hawaii. I could send it to Europe, China, anywhere in seconds and for almost nothing. The fees are very minimal. So the question comes up, can Stellar reach $10? Yes, it can. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And so what would it take for Stellar to reach these prices? Adoption. And when will adoption happen? And I see people usually complain when they see a video and they say, oh, did it happen? Will it happen? What happened? It's not reaching well, it's going to take time. And one of the biggest things that I'm seeing here is that it's starting to move. And Stellar Coin, even though you don't see it on the news, I noticed that they're the type of company that they don't need to go on Twitter because they don't need the hype. They're such a good product and they have so many moves and projects going on that they don't need the hype. The hype will come, but they're building a lot of things in the back end. And just to give you some examples of why this hasn't moved yet, it's right now, the trading volume is $415 million. It's down about 10%, but that doesn't mean that it's not doing anything big. Some of these coins do a lot in the background, and then when people realize how good they are, that's when they pump. And also, to be fair, Stellar and Ripple, every time they start to pump, something happens. Mass Bitcoin sell-off, or China pushes their crypto ban again, and it just knocks it right back down. But there have been several times when things consolidated to the point where Stellar was ready to blow up. And, again, things fall apart. The economy goes down. Something happens that keeps it down. But it's okay. This gives me more time to accumulate. So some of the bigger news that are out there is Ukraine. They're going to be using, I can't really pronounce, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this right. Toscom Bank. It's a commercial bank that's going to start testing its pilot program for using Stellar as a payment form. And that's fantastic. That's already showing you that there's adoption. You have the Tribal Credit is developing a cross-border payment tool in Mexico. You have all these countries starting little by little. They're adopting Stellar. Why? Because this is what Stellar was built for. It is one of the only cryptocurrencies that is designed to do this. So when you have to adopt and solve problems that you have with the economies and sending payments, how do you do it? You go to the only cryptocurrency that really does this, Stellar. And for government to government, that's going to be Ripple. So these two are both massive. And I know I've seen some comments and people say that either XLM is a scam or Ripple is a scam. And honestly, if you're saying that, you're not very well informed on what these cryptocurrencies are and what they're doing. If you're basing a cryptocurrency on its price and volatility as a scam, then you need to do a little bit more research, because this certainly is not a scam. And what is the next big adoption? That's the United States. I think that once the United States regulates cryptocurrencies, that's when you're going to see the mass flow of companies and adoption, investors that are usually in the stock market come back flying into cryptocurrency. In particular, when they start talking about Stellar and Ripple being used as the foundation for the payments across borders, or citizens sending payments out of the country, or receiving payments. I mean, you don't only have people who send money to their families and stuff. You have a lot of cross-border transactions, shipping items, businesses. And so when you're paying person to person, Stellar is your go-to. And so I looked up some information on some of these price prediction tools. Very, very conservative. I mean, this is absolutely probably the worst case scenario, really not trying to go too far so that your prediction models don't go crazy. They predicted that by 2026, it'll be at $2.60. Now, in my opinion, that is incredibly low. And then I looked at a bunch of other models that are used, and out of all of them, they're all pretty consistent. They think that by 2026, by 2023, the prediction of Stellar is going to be $13. And then it's going to have a massive bull run, and then it's going to have a price correction, and it's going to settle around $6. And that sounds a lot more accurate to me. Obviously, these coins don't just shoot up to all-time highs and stay up there, right? People take their profits. I mean, it's only smart. You don't make a profit and just leave it there, knowing that there's going to be a price correction. So you always take some profits and leave probably about 20%. If you're going to take a chunk of it, you always leave a small amount, because you bought it at Walmart discount prices. You did not buy it at the highest. You are not a crypto newbie. You are a person who buys at the Walmart discount. When they sell it for 30% off, 40% off, that's when you buy it. You don't pay top dollar knowing that if they add another discount, you've overpaid. So, do your due diligence. But these are some of the big news that are coming out. So when people ask, can it reach $10? Well, Jose, it's taking forever. Yes, it's because adoption. It's because they don't necessarily market out there. They don't necessarily have the need to go on Facebook, on Twitter, or everywhere and create mass media like some of these other coins like Shiba Inu that, yes, although they're very powerful projects, and I did another video, I'll link it up top here, but you don't necessarily need that type of mass media because of what you're doing. This is a very decentralized and foundational cryptocurrency that is meant to be used by governments. You don't need the people to support it, because it's going to be used by the government, and in return, when something is used by the government, the people use it because that's what you're allowed to use. So I expect that by the end of 2022, the United States is going to regulate cryptocurrencies, and that is going to create a massive bull run, because you're going to have more investors in cryptocurrency than you ever have in the past. So again, I know there's a lot of fear around taxes and how things are going to go. Whether you're Republican, Democrat, it doesn't matter. Once this happens, which needs to happen to bring a lot of confidence to investors, you're going to see all these tokens shoot up in value. Now, the one thing that is currently the one issue, and is that you live in New York, odds are you're always going to be late to the game. And you're going to be late to the game because the laws are so strict, the requirements are so high, that you usually can't buy things in New York until it's too late. So, example is Ripple. I used to purchase Ripple years ago, and now New York delisted it. You can't buy Ripple in New York anymore. So until they settle their FCC lawsuit and they comply with New York State regulations, you will not see Ripple in New York. You will crypto.com you can purchase, but you cannot use their app in New York. So that leaves you out of a lot of things like VVS Finance, which I'll talk about in another crypto.com video. But I just want you to be aware of your laws. So always do your due diligence. Do not try to go around and use these strange exchanges where you have to do shady things just to get the coin. Because one, if it's not legal in your state, it's you may run into some issues during tax season. However, you also want to be you also want to be oblivious to the fact that there are hackers and scammers. So if you don't know, if it's not a well-known exchange, if they haven't done their audits and they haven't proven that they're secure, you always run the risk of losing all your stuff. So please do your due diligence, do your research before you hop into any exchange. I know sometimes the fees can be higher in some of these exchanges, but I'll take a slightly higher fee for security. So like Coinbase, they have offline storage, meaning you can't access it through the internet and you can't hack it. You only can hack it if you're in person, which is highly unlikely because only certain people have access to it. And what they do is they every certain times of the day, they will update those as a backup. So they're highly secure. They go through a lot of steps to make sure that you can't just lose your stuff. Unless somebody gets access to your phone and your application and your password's weak and you're a crypto newbie, then that's the only way that you lose your coins. But if you go to these other exchanges, I mean, you hear about hacks that happen on them and people steal their cryptocurrency and just sell it right off. And there's no way to track it. So be safe out there. Don't fall for scammers. I'm sure in time as my community grows, you're going to see scammers take my face and try to WhatsApp you. Do not fall for that. Don't be a crypto noob or YouTube noob or just a noob in general. That's be well informed. Know what the real people are, and know that I would never message anybody asking you for bank information. I will never message you in the comments asking you to message me on WhatsApp. I don't even have WhatsApp. So thank you guys all for the love and support. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It only takes a couple of seconds to just hit that button down there, and it really helps me out and get the word out on some of these information. I'm a big Stellar fan, and I will be posting more videos when news comes out for Stellar. All right, see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.